I said loses to Monterey and has to go out and get his morning whiskey.
Oh.
Welcome to the Back Post Podcast, in partnership with RLGLA and powered by the 8-Bit Nation. And now, your hosts, Shade, Bacon, and the owner of the league, Pitch.
What's going on, Rocket League fans? We're at it again. Different time, same great dudes. Pitch and Bacon are here along with myself, Shade. And today we got a little bit of a new format we're going to test out here. Each week we're going to choose two teams to highlight, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to find out how their season's going, a little bit into like how we think their season's going to go, talk about each player, and see what's going on. As well as, we're always going to talk about the week that happened before, not as in deep. And we're going to go over transactions and make our picks. Boys, how you feel about that? It's gonna be fun to do, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna let us, kind of be able to dive in a little bit deeper into each team throughout the season. I like that. That way we're kind of forced to talk about every team, right? Instead of just the matches that were an exciting 3-2. It kind of forces us to talk about everybody, give everybody some love. So I like it.
Yeah, and week one, by the time this is out, will be officially in the books. And I know last week that, we did a lot of speculation on teams and how they'll play, but now we actually got to see them in action. And it's going to be fun to be talking about, how people look and how we thought they would look compared to how they actually do. So,
sure.
Excited.
Welcome back to the week's review, where we dive deep into the latest news and highlights from the competitive world of RLGLA.
Definitely excited to dive into things. We'll go ahead and go into our week one review. Again, we're not diving too deep into things. If we saw something that we want to point out and talk about it, we will, obviously. But it's mainly going to give you guys, a quick tidbit of what happened in the game, the final series score, and moving on. So we can do some deep dives into some teams. Week one, we got Jacksonville taking on Rutland. Jacksonville takes it 3-2, guys.
Yeah, this was a fun series, right? Jacksonville with no blue chip, but still Huntu and Farleys, and they looked good. Rutland looked good. It was an exciting 5-game series on night one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then game 5 happened again in the same night during that doubleheader. Honolulu took on Death Valley. Honolulu took it 3-2. That was another good series.
Yeah, that series was all six-fold. Death Valley had no answer for six-fold. Death Valley did get a sub game in, so good on them. But yeah, it was fun night one. Two 5-game series.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching my guys, Patty and Red Guy, try to take on. And they fell short, but it was fun to watch them anyways. We also had the Toxic Rams take on... wait, I'm confused by this. There's two COLs?
Yeah, this is supposed to be Colorado.
Okay, cool. We got the Rams taking on Columbus. Columbus falling 3-1. Pretty dominant.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Another dominant series. We had Vegas 3-0 Colorado, which Colorado's the all-EU team. They were exciting games, but Vegas pulled out each win.
Yeah, I do want to say I casted this game, and it was definitely a hype one. Game 1 went into a 9-minute overtime, where High Rollers finally ended it, but that was definitely a fun series to watch. And then afterwards, the next day, or no, sorry, this was the same day. This is game 2 of a triple header on Thursday, I believe it was, or Friday. Ottawa took on New York, and they won that one in game 5, and that was another close series. A lot of good games at the start of the slate here.
Yeah, and that kind of primed us for what was game of the week. Phoenix versus Galaxy. The introduction of Doggo as a player in the league, and it didn't disappoint. I thought Galaxy played really well, but Doggo and DK kind of willed their team to a 3-1 victory over Galaxy.
Yeah, definitely great to see Doggo getting some action, and game of the week, the storyline. This former assistant manager of the Houston Galaxy take them on week 1, and they get the W.
Boomer let me down again. Dang. We had a
Speaking of letdowns,
God
we had
damn
a
it.
forfeit, and our boy Smurfy, the guy who hounded us to come back, can't even get a game in.
Yeah, hi Smurfy. Come back, Smurfy. Come back as a manager. Get your team on the pitch. We did this before. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna have you on here to explain the forfeit in week 1.
Yeah, and
Hurts.
a new format for forfeits since points are no longer a thing. Just to clarify, the winner of the forfeit does not count for tiebreakers. So they'll have an asterisk in their standings. But the losers do count for forfeits, so they will be 0-1 in division and 0-1 in conference. So sad day for RLC.
There it is. And another sad thing, Pitch got his week 1 game in, but they fell short to Monterey in a 3-2 series. It was an exciting series.
Yeah, definitely a good one and a fun one to play in, honestly. As the seasons grow, losses don't hit as hard anymore, but it's always good to win. But anyways, we Monterey, Koa, T-Mac, Mom Debbie on paper might not look the best, but they have been playing together for a long time, so they had the chemistry, and they knew how to show some pressure and how to play well. But as a team for us in Philly, we got some things to work on, definitely. But I don't really take this as a loss too much, and I think we'll bounce back next week.
Sure. And you'll notice there are a few teams missing, so we are recording this Sunday morning. There's a couple games today. This will be released after those games, and you probably have Palm Beach winning 3-0 over Omaha and Atlantic City winning 3-1 over Chicago. Moving on. I did say 3-1. 3-1. So
Game 1. Okay.
Being too nice.
probably.
Being too nice. Going down to the people asked for this, actually. They wanted a Bacon's player of the week, and that's what we have this season on the Back Post Podcast. Bacon, who you got?
Player of the week. We're going to start out with an obvious one, but it was, out of all the games I watched, generally, person I was most impressed by was Doggo. I thought Galaxy stood very strong against Doggo. Definitely put him in some awkward positions, and he still found a way to work through. It elevated the game that DK was playing. It elevated Get Wired's game. It was exciting to see. And I wanted to get Doggo out of the way early. We'll move on to other people as these weeks unfold more. But Doggo, congratulations, player of the week.
Yay, Doggo.
Knew it was coming.
Of course.
Had to be 1 week.
We're going to dive into our spotlights, I suppose.
Bum, 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 bum.
Again, we're going to choose 2 teams each week. So your team will get talked about. It was something that people wanted us to talk more about each team. This is the way we can do that in a timely manner. So we're going to dive in with the 2 teams of this week, Omaha Cyclones and Fayetteville Rams.
Yeah, let's touch on Omaha first. And I liked both of these teams this week because they both feature non-playing managers. But Omaha, we've got Terrence. Terrence is an old 8-bit homie. And out of the draft, I kind of thought he put a meme team together. Their blue chip is Akaza, who's new to the league. But seemingly a very skilled player. I'm excited to watch him later today. And that's followed up with Louie, Panda, and Amical. I don't know a whole lot about Amical, but Panda's always in chats being goofy. Louie is Louie. Everybody loves Louie, or you hate Louie. Either way. But this roster, I mean, skill-wise, they have it, right? Like, it should be a solid lineup.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I've heard a lot of good things from Akaza or about Akaza. And then you pair him up with Louie and a Demogod, a Panda, and definitely should be a really decent roster. I haven't had a chance to scrim them yet, but Amical we know is a homie at D-Pain, so yeah, we'll see how this plays out later today. Like you said, I'm excited to watch.
Yes, their current record is, of course, 0-0. This is being week 1 and they haven't played. They're coming out of the Gulfstream division, where they have Phoenix, Honolulu, Houston, and Colorado. Where do we think Omaha stands in the hierarchy of that division?
I mean, that is a mean division. There's a lot of good teams in there. We definitely saw Colorado can show some potential. Honolulu, Phoenix, both 0-1. Galaxy, tried to put up a fight with Phoenix, but we'll see how they gather themselves. I could see them probably being, second or third in this division, honestly, if I'm speaking from heart.
It is tough. I do think that division will create waves in their conference, because all 5 of those teams, on paper, very compatible, very formidable. We'll just have to see how things shake out.
And the next team on our spotlight, the Fayetteville Toxic Rams, number 2 in season 4 finishing. Manager of YJ, like I said, another non-playing manager. Blue Chip and Icy Little Wizard, who they've made the trade before week 1. Traded Nels to Houston for Icy. And he's paired up with JXL, Dr. X Shadow, and Skull, who's returning in the second season with Fayetteville. Another good roster here. I don't know too much about Dr. Shadow, but watching him play, I mean, he looked like he has it. And I don't think JXL was there for that series. I think it was Skull in most of it, and they still got the job done.
Skull looked good.
Yeah, 1-0.
So apparently I was muted. But yeah, I got to watch this game. Ice Little Wizard showed old Boomer Boy that he made a mistake. He looked good out there on the field.
I agree. I really do agree.
Big time. And I've got to give props to Skull. I've been critical of Skull for a couple seasons. Skull has found it difficult to really break into a roster, but I mean, he was able to kind of be showcased in this game with Sneak not being there. And I thought Skull looked wonderful. They played a tough Columbus team, and Skull, positioning wise, shooting, was doing all of the right things that are indicative of his rank and why he belongs on a roster.
Yeah, and I think that was my biggest critique of Skull is his positioning and rotations as a threes player. But jumping from team to team in free agency the last couple of seasons, but now he's had a solid spot in Fayetteville for season 4 and now season 5. I think he's got a little time to work on that, and like you said, he looked really good out there. I'm proud of him.
It's definitely dangerous, and it creates a personal one for us guys because they're playing out of the Boeing division that features Chicago, Rutland, Atlantic City, and Philly. This is a highly personal division for us 3.
Yeah, it is.
Our teams, my son's team.
The highest they can get is 3rd. So
The highest Fayetteville can get us 3rd.
yeah,
I agree with it.
the 2 are locked up, man.
What, Atlantic
Philly
City and Rutland?
Atlantic City and Philly.
Oh, you're giving Philly the love.
You put too much on Rutland, my guy.
This is true.
That's
I do.
last in the division.
It might be. I don't know. I was talking to Frosty about that the other day. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna click for you guys in time.
As of right now, because of tiebreakers, they are last in the division. So
Called it. But no, that's a solid team. Solid team with IC leading the way.
Oh yeah, Icy looked good. So that's gonna be fun to see all season. Right. So yeah, that's our spotlights. Anything else you guys want to say about either of these two teams?
No.
I mean, I didn't get to really talk about the Cyclones because apparently I forgot how to unmute. I thought I hit the unmute button, but the computer said I did not. So,
Fair enough.
but
you like Omaha? You don't like them?
I like them. I don't know their blue chip, but Louis, Pana, and Amical, those are homies. So, I mean, I like them. I'd like to see them do good, but third is the highest they can get, probably. I think, with Phoenix and Houston. It's a tough division, so.
We'll see and take that. So Shade has now challenged Omaha and Fayetteville, placing them both third in their divisions. Eclipse that. Go for it, Terrence. Go for it, YJ.
Wow, put them against just me. That's
you,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. I mean, you guys agreed about the toxic brand, I'm just saying.
That's fine, yeah, I'll stand on that with you. Omaha third, I don't know.
You disgraced Philly and said Philly would have to be fourth at that point, pretty much.
I did. That's just because of pitch, you know. I stand hard on a screw pitch until he proves me wrong type of vibe. But, I mean,
Same way, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. With the Omaha, going back to what you said about the Omaha thing with, like, placements, I'd probably put them fourth in their division.
Yeah, they're going to be that mid area.
And that's tough. And it depends on how Colorado plays. Being the all-EU team, if they can continue to build chemistry and overcome the ping, they're going to be a very dangerous team. We'll see what Louis and Akaza bring today. I'm just excited to watch that matchup. We don't have all of the information yet until we see the team play.
What time's that game?
That game is today at 9 o'clock.
No.
An hour after you guys.
Huzzah.
I'll be watching that tomorrow at work if there's a VOD. Hopefully there's a VOD.
But specifically for you guys listening on these teams that we spotlight, if you've got any hot takes or any opinion that you want to offer on Omaha or Fayetteville, definitely let us know. Something we can talk about, and as we have people back in for interviews, we can talk about that. So let us know if you got an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this won't be the last time we touch base on these teams. There's there's 14 weeks, all right?
14, yep.
And then playoffs.
And then playoffs.
So we're doing 2 teams at a time. There's 20 teams. Obviously, the math's not right to where it's going to take up our whole season here at the Back Post Podcast. So we will be able to dive into some of these teams later on in the season. Don't feel bad if, you're like, oh, we just started and they're talking about us. We're going to talk about you again. It just might be a while down the road. So you got plenty of time to prove us wrong if we say anything you don't like. On that note, we'll jump on down to the trades and signings bit.
It's time for Trades and Signings, where we bring you all the roster shakeups and player acquisitions that are reshaping the RLGLA landscape.
Yeah?
Yeah. Go for it, pitch. Lead the way.
Unless you want to go to standings first.
You want to go to standings?
Okay, I mean, it's not finalized yet, so I guess it's really...
I just didn't see anything there, so I just thought we weren't doing it.
No, we'll go into the trades here. So, to start off the week, there was a little bit of mishap in the draft, but we corrected it a little bit. So, the Kraken released their blue chip and 8X MRO and Vixen and signed Farley's and Were Tiger out of free agency. And then Galaxy, right away, before their game, trades Icy Low Wizard to Fayetteville for Nels. We saw that transaction, those games, how they went down. Talked about it a little bit earlier.
Shocker. Boomer traded.
Yeah, shocker. Moving on, another trade coming in from the Kraken. They traded Hunter trades his own brother in Leth and a season 6 round 2 pick to Death Valley. They get young Wild Boy in return. I'm not sure what happened there, but apparently Wild Boy having some roster conflicts. But glad that we can work that out. Kraken, so at this time it's not official, but at the end of these 2 games it will be. Kraken release Were Tiger and sign Vixen. Rangers release Frighton and signed Cosmo. Looks like after one loss, they're looking to rebuild a little bit. And to finalize it out, Aiden is going to be retiring from RLGLA. Had a big segment during the game that I was streaming about his tenure here. I guess it's officially done. And New York will pick up Rat Titan and to fill his spot. So
Right on.
I gotta touch on. I don't get it. Pitch. Why is he retiring? Do you know anything more?
I don't know. It's back and forth with Aiden. I mean, he tells me sometimes that he's going to not play, and then he comes back to play. But from what I got from him, he said he's trying to focus on freestyling, and he's getting bored playing the game. So
Okay. Well,
That last point's very fair.
peace out, Aiden. Best of luck to you, bro.
yeah. So best of luck. He's been here,
Good luck with the freestyles.
4.1 seasons. So
I do want to say that Galaxy trade is hilarious to me because the day before it happened, he told me I'm definitely not trading anybody this season, and then gone after one scrim.
That's the thing. I was hearing from different circles like Galaxy's the team to beat. This roster's so good. He's happy. Boom, trade. What? Shocked. But hey, it's I no disrespect to Nels. I think Nels is a phenomenal player. It's a good acquisition for Boomer. If he's got chemistry for him or with him, great. But I mean, I see Little Wizard landed at home in Fayetteville and they looked good. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. I like Boomer's team. Hopefully, he can keep it up. Now we go on to Pitch's player to watch.
yeah, and it's kind of my player to watch for this upcoming week is kind of, being based off of what you guys just said. My player to watch is going to be Nels this week. Obviously, that trade he's got to fill heavy shoes for the Galaxy now, and they just took a beating from the Scorchers. So we're going to see how they, come back and try to regain and get a W in the win column. So they got the Kraken this week. We'll see if they can get it done. But Nels is going to be my player to watch this week.
best of luck, Nels.
I mean, we will all be watching closely now that they don't have to play Doggo. So
Oh yeah.
we want to see what that team's actually got there. So, yeah. We'll dive down into our predictions.
And now we put our Rocket League crystal balls to the test with our predictions segment. We will analyze upcoming matchups and make bold forecasts on who's going to come out on top.
As it stands, Pitch going big with a 5-3 record. Week's not over, obviously. I'm in second with 4-4, and Bacon's 3-5. Ouch.
Yeah. Blind picks did not benefit me. Rutland let me down. I know better than to bet against Huntu now, and I have to agree with Pitch. I hope Pitch finishes the week 7-3 because we all have Palm Beach and we all have Atlantic City. So let's finish out the day.
I hope he only wins one of them then. They like sending one.
Well, I let you guys down, so now it's time for you to let me down.
Ew! Shut your mouth.
Not possible, Pitch.
So what do we got on the docket for week 2 here?
Week 2, we got the Orcas versus the Lions. I'm going with the Orcas on this one.
Yeah, it's Orcas for me.
Right behind you guys.
Yeah, I think the Lions going to start off the year pretty poorly with a 0-2 go. Let's go.
The little laugh.
We got the Legends versus the Pythons. Another one that we all apparently see pretty easy. We're taking the Pythons.
I'm gonna bet on Max until they lose.
Yeah, we haven't seen Pythons play yet, but I'm pretty, confident it's going to be a solid team there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that either. We got a notable game for this week in the Kraken versus the Galaxy. I'm taking my boys at Houston Galaxy. They got a team. Nell's got to show up. A lot of hype around them. Let's see if it works out.
Well, yeah, I agree with everything you said, except last week I bet against Huntu and lost, so now I'm going to bet for Huntu and probably lose, but I got Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, my player to watch, Nels. I'm hoping he steps up big this week. I got Houston taking it over the Kraken.
My heart says Kraken wins it all, but I gotta pick to beat these fools. So sorry. We got Knights versus Mafia, and I'm taking the Mafia with the retiring that happened and all that.
Yeah, it seems like the Knights roster might be in a kind of a weird place, so I'm going to go with consistency and pick Mafia.
Yeah, I hear you guys. Just watching that game though with the Knights, I thought they looked pretty good. I think Wrath would be a good fill-in spot for Aiden, so I got the Knights taking it over Memphis this time around.
That's fair. That's fair. Wrath is good. So takes us to the game of the week. Toxic Rams versus the Dragons. YJ versus Pitch. What's going to happen? Philly's going to let me down. I'm going with Philly.
Definitely. I'm going to pick Philly until they win a game, so Philly.
All right, well, here I guess this is gonna be the last time you pick me because I got Philly too. We're taking it. Owner versus owner. There can only be one. There will always be two, but should be a good matchup here.
Right on. We got Rangers versus Cyclones. I'm going with Rutland. I got personal connection to it. I'll go Rutland.
Yeah, trying to take away the personal connection. Rutland played their game very early in the week. Since that game, I've seen Rutland scrim. We've actually scrimmed Rutland, and Baca's getting more comfortable, so I'm going to trust in Rutland over Omaha.
Baca is a dude.
So I don't know. I have big hopes for Omaha. I think Akaza, from what I've heard, is really good, and pairing them up with Louie and Panda. I'm going to take Omaha this week. Obviously, we haven't seen them play yet, so this is kind of blind still, but
Sure.
I'm going to take Omaha this week around.
Another notable game. Aces versus High Rollers. Notable because High Rollers Jay played for? Yeah.
Won a ship.
Won a chip. 2-time.
They're not gonna win this game though. Aces take it.
Yeah, I gotta pick us, Aces.
Yeah, and I'm not on the team, but I am picking Aces. Reason being is just they had a tough time matching up with Colorado, so I think you guys will play them super well.
Got a team who hopefully plays, but will probably see the same effect as a forfeit. RLC versus Scorchers. I am taking Scorchers.
Yeah, I'm stuck between two things here. I can't pick RLC until they play a game, and I'm not going to pick against Doggo until they lose. So, Phoenix.
I'm right there with you, Bacon. Same reason. I got Phoenix.
Down to the Reapers versus the White Sharks. White Sharks look pretty good. I'm going to give my pick to them. I want to see a little bit more out of the Reapers.
Reapers let me down last week, but I'm still buying into the red guy patty combination for a second week in a row. I got them over Monterey.
I'm after the old-fashioned beatdown. Monterey looks really good, so I'm going to take Monterey as well until Patty and Red Guy can show me something here.
The last of our notable games, Sea Riders versus Mavericks. I'm taking the Sea Riders.
Yeah, Sea Riders got to do it for North America and USA and shut down EU. So we're going with Honolulu.
I got Sea Riders as well. I think this is going to be another super close game, though, that Colorado puts a good game forward, but Honolulu, I think, is going to be too strong for them. And, of course, NA on top.
NA on top, baby. We will get back into those next week, but for now, we have a new segment just for the free agents. Get them, Bacon.
Oh, yeah. Man, some of the most fun I've had this week is seeing what's going on in free agent chat. These players are hungry. They're talking about it. There was a moment where we thought one of them was going to get to one-day sign with Fayetteville in play until Fayetteville made the trade. So if I don't say your name here, don't worry about it. We're just updating this list here. And then I'm just going to run through a few names. I'm going to talk about somebody. Free agency, we've got 8X, Mr. Rowe. We've got Corvus, Breezy, Yin 420, Dragonfruit, Gardens, Ducks, Chronicle, Lord Neo, Ziggy, Stewie, Frighten, and Were Tiger. What a phenomenal list of free agents. But I want to talk about Corvus this week. Managers, this is now for you. Listen up. This man has a ring. Most of you managers don't have rings. Do the math.
He does have a ring.
Corvus has to go to like an esports center and play, but he does it. He ain't even in the comfort of his own home, and he's still out here clipping on people. If you need help on your roster, consider Corvus. There's plenty of good names out there, but Corvus has the experience and the time. Look at him. If you need a more well-balanced diet, Dragonfruit's out there. If you need somebody that might retire in a couple weeks, Gardens. If you need somebody that nobody knows, Yin 420. Breezy, the defensive phenom of the league. Chronicle, he's in Dubai. So EU team, looking at you. Lord Neo Ziggy, he learned from Bard last season. So he instantly should be on a team.
Bard, most improved player last season.
Frighten now finds himself without a roster. He's got experience. He played in week 1. Were Tiger is a homie. He deserves a home. But first and foremost, consider Corvus. Man definitely knows how to play the game and knows how to function with new teams. He's been around different rosters. Look at Corvus. But that'll do it this week for free agents.
We'll really do it this week for the whole podcast.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
We're at the end.
We did it.
I enjoyed that format. It'll get flushed out over time. Obviously, we'll learn how to handle it more and more. And again, we will touch base with the Cyclones and Toxic Rams throughout the season. There's going to be time to switch up format and dig deep into other stuff. So appreciate y'all listening this week. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye, Smarty.